friends, welcome. I'm Ashley Morris, owner and lead tutor at amtutors.com, where we specialize in virtual one-on-one math tutoring for middle school and high school students. And in today's video, we're going to start out order of operations. This is going to be the first of two videos talking about order of operations. So what is order of operations? Well, here's the deal. We cannot do multiple operations in just any order. We have to follow a set plan. And a lot of people remember PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And here's how that works. We're going to do parentheses and groupings first. Outside. We look at the outside and the inside, like you got multiple sets. We start from the inside, do everything in there, and then work out. So if you have multiple things inside, start inside. Then we're going to do exponents, then multiply and divide, but we're going to do that from left to right, just like you read, and add, subtract, left to right, just like we read. So let's try some of these. Now these are simpler problems. There will be harder ones in the next video. So pause if you want to try these on your own, but we are going to follow order of operation on these. So no parentheses or any grouping and no exponents. So the next thing is multiply or divide from left to right, whichever comes first. So we're going to do 6 times 2 first and get 12, and then we can add. And this next one, okay, so this has subtracting and adding, nothing else. So we're just going to look at that subtracting and adding. We do this from left to right, whichever comes first. So we're actually going to subtract first on this one. So we get 3 and then 3. So 9 minus 6 is 3, and then we're going to add 3, so we get 6. Left to right, just like you read. Number 3. Okay, technically this has grouping. We don't write them, but it is there. There's parentheses on the top and parentheses on the bottom. It's just invisible. So with these, I always do the top and the bottom completely, like do all the top, do all the bottom, and then simplify or reduce at the end if we can. So if I'm just looking at the top with my invisible parentheses, we're going to multiply first. So we're going to get 4 minus 18. And then we're going to keep going, and we get 4 minus 18, which is negative 14. Now I'm going to look at the bottom. Multiply first. So 9 times 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is 8. And if you can reduce this fraction, then you do it. So we're pretending the top has invisible parentheses, and so does the bottom. So we're going to do the top, then the bottom, and then reduce. And both of these are divisible by 2. So we get negative 7 over 4 because I divided both of them by 2. All right, number 4. Remember, pause if you feel ready to try. These are my last 3 for this video. Let's see if I can get there. There you go. So you can pause if you want. All right, so this does not, again, no parentheses, but we've got exponents. We're going to do that first. 4 minus 4 plus 6, because 2 squared means 2 times 2, which is 4. Adding and subtracting in the order that you see it. So 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 plus 6 is 6. Number 5. We've got parentheses and exponents. So parentheses first. Go inside your innermost set of parentheses. So 2 minus 3. Whoopsie. That's a 3 on the front. 2 minus 3 is negative 1 squared. And here we need to be really, really careful. There is a difference between negative 1 in parentheses squared and then negative 1 with no parentheses squared. When it's in the parentheses, that means negative 1 times negative 1. Whatever's in the parentheses, you square. So that's positive 1. When the parentheses are gone, you just have negative 1 squared without parentheses. You only do 1 times 1 because the parentheses not inside with the 1. So this ends up being 1 squared, which is 1, and then we keep the negative. Usually it's when there's a minus sign, but if you do not have parentheses around the negative, you do not include that in the multiplying of 1 times 1. So negative 1 squared is positive 1. 3 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we did our parentheses, then we did our exponent, then we did our multiply, then we did our add. We follow that order of operations. All right, this has got a lot of stuff, so I'm going to write my order of operations down here. I like writing it, especially when we have really long problems or when I'm first learning it. I like to write it out, and this is how I write it out because we're going to do our parentheses, then our exponents, I keep multiply and divide together because we do those left to right. And then add and subtract, same thing. We do those together left to right. So first things first, we're going to do parentheses. Go inside your parentheses and do order of operations there. 3 minus 3 times 2. So we're going to do multiply first. So I'm going to bring everything down. We're going to multiply first. I have no idea what that's for. I don't even know if that's the right answer. So I bring everything else down. Sometimes my computer likes to do my math for me, and it doesn't like the way I type it sometimes. All right, so 3 minus 6 is what we need to do next. That's going to be negative 3, and I've just brought everything down. Next step is our exponents because we finished everything inside those parentheses. 4 minus 2. Negative 3 squared. The negative is inside the parentheses. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Now we can do our multiplying. Some people like to do these in the same step because they're not connected by a multiply or divide. I get hesitant about that, especially at the very beginning of learning this. So I'm going to do each one in my own step, or its own step. So I multiply the 2 and the 9, and then I multiply the 2 and the 6 in my next step. Add or subtract the order that it shows up. Oops, negative 14. Don't talk and write. Negative 14 plus 12 is negative 4. I don't even know where that 1 came from. Good thing I crossed it out because it was wrong. So there we go. There will be another video after this with more complicated ones with lots of steps. This last one was pretty complicated though. But there will be another video with that. Please make sure you like, subscribe, follow, ring the bell, all that good stuff so that you know when more videos are coming out. I hope this was very helpful. Bye.